In this video, we'll take a look at displaying a row of data. Here we have a little program that will run. And we can see that it's simply a little form with two edit fields. And when we choose the Get action, the Get button on the right, it retrieves some information and places it into those fields. Now, in the last video on connecting and retrieving a row of data, we saw the data just directly to the output. Now what we want to do is display that data into specific edit fields on the form. So the first thing we're going to need to do is create a form. Here we have a form that has a grid container, which is a standard formatting container. And we have two edit fields, Edit 1 and Edit 2. Now the first edit field is a form field that is linked to the customer store name column. So from the customer table, the store name column. The second field is tied to or bound to the customer.phone column. Now when we look at the 4GL, the difference between just retrieving and displaying the row, now we have created a record that includes two variables, the store name and the phone. Notice that they are data typed just like the customer store name and customer phone. And we're going to open the form, display form, and then we're going to display it. Once we've displayed the form, we're setting up a menu that has just two simple actions, the get and the close. And notice that we have the same select statement that we used in a prior example when we retrieved the data to get that information. So we retrieve the data, but this time we're going to display by name storerec.star. And that simply means that we're going to display the values in the record directly to the form fields on the form by name. So we're going to make a one-to-one match between those. Now when we build this and we execute it, again, we can see that when we press the Get button, we are placing what is in our record into those fields. Now let's go ahead and add another field to the form. We'll add a label here. And this label widget is going to be tied to a table column. And the table column is customer. And we'll go ahead and associate this label with the StoreNum column. Now once we've done that, we need to go back to our 4GL and we need to add that StoreNum information both to our record and to our select statement. So we're going to add the StoreNum variable to be data typed just like the customer.storenum column. Then down in our select statement, we'll also select the StoreNum, and notice we're selecting these values, and instead of placing them into just standard variables, we're placing them into the record. And there is a one-to-one match in the order of StoreRec as it's been defined. So we're going to get the StoreNum, the store name, and the phone. Everything else can stay the same because we're just displaying by name and making, again, a one-to-one match with what's in our record to our form. And there you see on the screen the two edit fields and the label showing the customer number for that record.